Hey guys, so we're ready for the next installment of our videos for our portfolio. So as you can see, this particular one is the Learning Environment tab. So what I've done is actually pulled up the Learning Environment tab. This is the first thing you see, the context statement as usual. So you're going to put, for this one, this would be guided observation number 1, Spring 2013, course capital E, capital D, capital U, capital C, 2300, Introduction to Education. The description, this is guided observation number 1, describing, and tell me what you're telling on that one, and make sure it's a complete sentence. Alright, then here are the directions for the guided observation for service learning. It's contextual factors. Everyone's got to do this one. So it says interview your mentoring teacher to obtain the demographics about the school, write a response for each question in paragraph format, and then we've got record the number of males, females, and race of ethnicity within the classroom. Second, what are the developmental levels of the students within the classroom you're observing? There's probably going to be some low, medium, and highs unless it's ability group students. Then they may be all the same level. How is the instruction modified to meet the diverse needs of the students? What does the teacher do to differentiate instruction? Number 4, research the school and the Tennessee State government website to obtain information about the school community. Is it a Title I, low poverty area? Is it high end? Is it a mixture of both, or a lot of rental properties? Also, research the school report card. I'm not talking about the student report card that comes out every 6 weeks. I'm talking about the school report card that comes out in the paper where it tells what the school scored in reading, math, social studies, and science, and it usually tells whether they're considered a safe school. And then also I need the full school population. It's not just in the classroom you're in, but the full population of the school. Number 5, what is the specialized programs, activities found within the school that would assist special needs children, those who need enrichment activities or remediation? List the specific programs that are available. Then you come right down here, and here's your handout for guided observation number 1, contextual factors. Put your name, the date, I've already put the course in there, the school where you're doing your service learning at, and then answer the questions we just went over in a sentence/paragraph type format. Now, if you can answer, like for instance, question 2, there are 2 low-leveled developmental level students, and the remaining are average to above average, period. And that's enough. That's all you need to say. Make sure all of your indentions stay the same here. Your spacing all stays the same. Alignment stays the same. So it has some flow about it. All right. Your answers are not in bold. Mine are in bold. So yours is not. All right. Then we go down to the next one. This would be guided observation number 2. Spring 2013, EDUC 2300, Introduction to Education. This is guided observation number 2 that describes the, and continue on till you finish a sentence. Then we have guided observation number 2. Everybody does this one. You're going to tell me about the technology, the traffic patterns, the instructional displays, classroom management, and motivational elements within the classroom you're observing. Underneath these, I have descriptions of things I'm looking for. When you're actually typing your answers in, you're going to delete this out and put your answers in. I'm just putting these here because I wanted to give you an idea of things I'm looking for, what goes under this category. Look how neat the margins are right here and how that just flows really easily. Alright, so we can come on down, and here's the actual guided observation format you're going to use. In your name, date, school, once again, mine are in bold, yours is not. You're going to see a couple of extra questions here that doesn't show on the one above, but I wanted you to do this. First, number 1 is draw the classroom map. What I want you to do is actually use PowerPoint shapes, use some kind of an app, use some kind of a program where you draw on one sheet of paper using the computer. You sketch out what the room that you're doing your service learning in looks like. You'd have maybe a symbol for the desk, another symbol for where the door is, another symbol where centers are, whatever. I want you to sketch it out. It cannot be done in pencil or crayon or marker. It has to be done on the computer. Draw me what the room you're in now looks like. Alright, then you're going to fill these answers in as we talked about earlier. And then number 3 is draw your perfect classroom. Well, I can tell you, and we've talked about it in class, in 2010, I know for certain, I don't know whether I've mentioned it 2300, it seems like I have, but kind of foggy right now. But anyway, U-shaped is the best, where students are in a U pattern. Their desks are side by side. And the ideal is the inside would be open so that you can see everybody sees you. You can come together in that opening inside the U to do activities together, to present material, whatever. That's the ideal. Research says that. I'm just telling you. And then all of the centers, that interactive centers you would have in your room would be around the edges of the wall, and you leave that walking pattern in between the desk and in between those centers. Now, you can do some research and you can look and see what the latest, greatest ideal is, but I think you'll usually find that the U-shape works the best. So then you're going to take it on another sheet of paper, actually sketch me out your perfect classroom, once again by using a computer program of some kind. In times past, my students have actually used PowerPoint and used all the symbols to build it. Alright, so you're going to have 3 pages total. This one with all of this, and then you'll have an attachment that has answers to number 1 and answers to number 3. Okay? And your drawings will be there. It was what I'm calling the answers. Alright, then the next context statement will say guided observation number, and I can't tell you what number because you get to choose. It'll be Spring 2013, EDUC 2300, Introduction to Education. Description, this is guided observation number. It explains whatever that is. Make sure it's a complete sentence. And then here are the other ones you have to choose from. Guided observation number 3 is concerning paperwork. Guided observation number 4 is about general procedures. Guided observation 5 would be placement and grouping. Guided observation number 6 is time for learning. And guided observation number 7 is gender issues. So you can pick any one of those that you want to do. And there was one more, guided observation number 8, wait time and physical proximity. So you choose whichever one of those you want to do, but you have to do one more. You've already done the other 2. You pick one more. And then here's some directions. You're ought to complete 3 of the observation tasks listed above during your 18 hours of service learning. We know 1 and 2 are mandatory, so the third one comes out of the 3 through 8. Take notes, make tables or tallies, and make observations as appropriate. Do not try to reflect on what is happening until you leave the classroom. Each of these write-ups should address the questions, include some examples, and end with a reflection. It is not a value judgment. It's not you to say yes or no. Remember to type your name, the date, the course, and the school at the top of the third observation, just like the other ones, in single space, and then double space after the school name. Then type guided observation. Type each question in bold, and your response should be in a regular type. What I would do is just go in here and copy and paste the questions, put them in bold, and do your spacing to make it look just like the other ones look. So here I've got you started. Guided observation, put the number and the title, put your name, date, school, and then copy and paste the questions out of that guidelines up above that you picked from, whichever one you pick from. Make sure the questions are bold and your answers are not in bold, and make sure everything's a complete sentence. Alright, that's the learning environment. Good luck.